In this video, we're talking about the signs of high blood sugar. Now, high blood sugar is a big problem today. Millions of people who don't have full-blown diabetes have pre-diabetes today. And these millions of people are suffering from a lot of different symptoms, and you may be one of them. So what we're going to do in this video is talk about the symptoms that are involved with high blood sugar, because it's important to make sure you identify it so that you don't have more serious problems ahead of you. And then we'll also talk about some of the changes that you can easily implement into your life in order to help bring your blood sugar low. Let's go ahead and talk about it. So hyperglycemia symptoms. Hyperglycemia is basically saying you have a high amount of sugar in your bloodstream. Here's some of the symptoms that come out of it. Increased thirst. So if you're someone who just finds that you're thirsty all the time, no matter how much you drink, you just feel that you're still not getting enough, we want to make sure that we are going and paying attention to this symptom because it's a symptom of hyperglycemia. Dry mouth is another big one. It kind of goes along with that increased thirst because you have a dry mouth, very thirsty, and you just want to keep drinking water, but you're like, my goodness, I already drank so much. How much more do I need? Headaches is a big one. So a lot of people go and get headaches as well. They'll get headaches throughout the day. And these are the type of people who are saying, I'm getting a dull headache every single day. Well, there's a good chance hyperglycemia once again. Blurred vision, and this is one you got to really pay attention to because this one can, of course, become much worse. You can damage your eyes permanently if you're not getting this under control. So happens because of a couple reasons. First of all, there will be swelling in the eye, but also the other things that can happen is you can start to have a increased amount of blood vessels that will start to form in the eye as well, causing blurred vision. So we want to not avoid taking care of it if we're having this issue. Frequent urination, so you're running to the bathroom all day, but you're also up all night, okay? So if this is a problem for you, then once again, I would correlate it to maybe, did you eat a lot of carbohydrates? Did you eat a lot of sugar? What's happening that is causing that? Because sometimes people go in and out of some of these different symptoms. And so what I try to get people to do is actually correlate these symptoms to the way that they're eating. Now, the other thing we want to watch here is that sometimes different mineral deficiencies like potassium, sometimes magnesium, and these different minerals can cause some of these symptoms as well. So we want to make sure that we don't have a mineral deficiency as well. So because some people will look at this and they'll go, well, I've been monitoring my blood sugar and I don't have these problems. But we also can get a lot of these different symptoms from that mineral deficiency, the electrolyte deficiency. So keep that in mind. Next year is chronic fatigue. So if you're just can't get yourself going in the morning, and then it just takes a long time for your body to just start getting with the program. Once again, a sign of hyperglycemia. Weight loss issues, because even though you have high blood sugar, you're not able to actually get that sugar into the cell. The kidney is trying to dump it so fast that you start to get this big uneven physiology occurring in the body. And so what happens, you actually start to lose weight, inability to concentrate, you're not able to focus, and then of course sores and wounds that won't heal. So this is a problem too. You're getting different wounds on your body and you're just not healing. It's taking forever. So that is a sign of hyperglycemia as well. So pay attention to these symptoms because, like I said, they can actually become something much more severe down the road. Let's go ahead and talk about changes that you can implement today in order to help bring your blood sugar down, decrease your insulin levels, and start reversing some of these symptoms. First of all, exercise, okay? So if you're someone who's not exercising at all, start exercising. If you're not into it, that's not your thing, start with a 30-minute walk a day. I just did a video on how powerful a 30-minute walk a day is. So get out there, do a 30-minute brisk walk. It's going to help and it's going to support driving you in the right direction. Now, also, when we look at exercise, high-intensity interval training is very powerful for bringing down blood sugar and insulin levels, and also weight training as well. So we want to make sure that we're increasing our exercise, and if we're going from nothing to something, that something is still better than the nothing. So we want to make sure that we're starting to implement exercise into our daily routine. Change your diet. This is so important. When it comes to overall diet, This is one of the most important changes that you can make. Now, when we look at diet, we want to look at sugar-free. We also want to look at low carb. Now, the reason this is important is because, of course, actually putting sugar in our food or buying food with lots of sugar is going to cause a lot of issues. But also the carbohydrates, they're going to break down in your body as sugar, especially if you have this blood sugar instability issue. Essentially, these carbs are just going to drive your blood sugar up. So we have to be really careful of that, and using your diet in order to start attacking this problem is so important. Some people want to turn to medication, they want to turn to all these other things before they change their diet. Change your diet first. It's the most powerful tool that you possess in order to make this change. We can also use things like apple cider vinegar in order to help bring down blood sugar. Now, I actually just did a full, complete guide on apple cider vinegar, and I'll put that in the link in the description below. It's a good video that just, gives you everything you need to know about using apple cider vinegar. It'll be in the description. And now we also want to make sure we're monitoring our blood sugar. This is important. This is powerful. So when you wake up in the morning, you go and you take your blood sugar levels, and you're able to see where you're at. This is very simple to do. You actually should just go to the store, get a simple at-home test to do it. You're just going to prick yourself, check your blood sugar, and as a result, you'll be able to see where you're at. If your fasting blood glucose is super high, or you're eating meals and you're seeing these huge blood sugar fluctuations, then there's a good chance you got a problem. And so then, of course, if you're noticing that you have some serious issues and you're making changes and you're not able to start making corrections in it, you should work with your doctor on it. But when we look at changes to implement, use all these right here. And then also make sure that if you have these symptoms, you're taking this seriously, because like I said, blurred vision can turn into damaged eyesight that can't be reversed. You have to make sure that you're being proactive with your health.